Hello guys, I am the Gray K, and I am here to make a tutorial, a Blender tutorial on how to texture. I'll also go into how to texture with what is that thing called? Cycles. So we're just going to do this cube. I'm going to show you two different ways to unwrap it. The generic way of unwrapping a cube, and then a way to texture a Minecraft head. So first let's go with the generic way. I've got some stuff already made for the cube, some textures. They're not complicated at all by any stretch of any imagination in the world. So let's just go ahead, and what I'm doing is I'm selecting edges that I want to cut. So basically any edge I have selected right now I want cut. Imagine this is a paper cube and I want to unwrap it so I can lay it flat on the ground or on the table and color it. So I've selected this edge, this edge, this edge, here, here, and here and here. So what that'll do is it'll unfold it kind of like a cross, if you can imagine that. Just imagine this coming out, then these two together coming up to here, so you'll have this here like so, and then you'll have another piece of it down there, so you'll have that. These will come out like a flap because you see they're cut from there and there, so this will come up here, so you'll have this here. The other side is the same way, so you'll have that there, and then this side is the same way as another flap, so you'll get this cross shape. So I'm going to go ahead and Control E and select Mark Seam, and these seams are your UV seams. Let's go ahead and come over here, UV Image Editor, and just show you what I'm talking about. You see the flaps that I was talking about right here and right here, and then these are the two, because they don't have cuts, they just extend upwards. So now I've created a texture that will fit into this nicely. It's nothing too complex. Let's see, just want to come over to the materials. Okay, it has the material. Come over to the texture, and coordinates I want to be UV. So, and I want to map an image to our material. I don't have any already selected, so I'm going to go to Open, and I've got them saved right here. Open image. So it says Chris and R. I don't know why I did that. It's just, that's what I did. So now we've got that. Just pull this over here so you can actually see it. And let's just go. Now everything's set up. It's ready to be rendered. Add another light. 0, Shift D. There we go. Now we should be able to see it all. There we go. KRE. So what you're seeing is KRE. These three sides. This is the top, and these are the other two sides you see. So that's the basics of UV unwrapping. Pretty simple. Hope I didn't glaze over it too fast. It's been 4 minutes since I started. It shouldn't have been too fast. Okay, now on to some more complex stuff. I have image, open image from my desktop this time. Ganondorf Minecraft, which I should blow up, but okay, it causes some errors because it's such a low resolution file. So the way they unwrap a cube here is not the same way I just unwrapped the cube. So if we just, because I've already opened it, it'll be here. So what I want to do is AAU unwrap is show you. You see, the way I've unwrapped it is like that. So if we just set this to be the material, and we come over here and look at this in our textured viewport, we can find out where my face is. Let's just add some more light so I can see everything. D, G on the X. Okay, so there's where my face is. Shift D on the X, on the Y, and then Shift D on the Z, G on the X. There we go. Now everything is visible. Okay, so here's my face upside down. So that means that this here is this square here. So what I want to do is unwrap it accordingly to the way Minecraft unwraps skins. So let's just go ahead and Control E, clear seams, which will get rid of all those red lines I put in there. And let's start unwrapping from here. Seeing as it's upside down, so I want to cut that, which would be right there. I want to cut all the way around to the bottom because the neck is actually up here. So this I want to be up there. So now I don't want to cut this, I don't want to cut that because that connects right there. I also don't want to cut this one because it connects right there. So I want to cut this one because right there there's nothing connected, it just goes on to the next thing. And that'll also take care of this side because as you can see it goes one over from the face and then it cuts off. So that's where my next line is going to be. Now for where the head comes up like that, all we have to do is select this, this, and this because it cuts off here, here, and here and is connected to the face. So from there we're done. This will unwrap properly. So the bottom piece is going to end up in some random place because it's completely disconnected, but we can just move it to where the neck is here. So Control E, mark seams. So now we've got all our seams marked. I'm going to U unwrap and it's sideways. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to rotate 90 degrees and I'm going to scale it R90 and scale -1 on the X axis, and that should put it all in the correct way. There we go. G, just put this over where the neck is at and scale it in. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's not anything that's gonna, I would suggest that if you're making it larger and you have a high resolution, to get it pretty close to perfect, but with stuff like that it's never gonna be perfect. This is just a tutorial for demonstration purposes. So there we go, we've got our textured Minecraft head, and now you can see if I render this it'll be very ugly, but it's completely textured correctly. There's the side of a head, the side of a head, the bottom, the top, the back. Now time to show you how to take this information into cycles. So let's first get out of the Blender render engine and go into the cycles render engine. Bam, nothing. What happened? Well, we don't have to do any more unwrapping or anything. It's already all there for us. We don't even have to mess with the images anymore. Maybe just select the image, but because we have a new texture, a new material. So we want to go to our node editor. Now our material, just click use nodes. So now we have this set up for our cube here. So we've got these guys. This is our final output here, and this is our material. We have nothing to reference to a shader. What we need to do is add something, an input. So texture coordinate, this is our starting ground. There's nothing we can plug into the back of this. We want to tell it to follow the UVs we set up. We didn't do all that for nothing. So, but we don't want to just hook this up to this or this because there's no information aside from the UV coordinates inside of that, and this stuff can't use that, so we need another thing to interpret it. A texture as an image texture. There we go. And now we just hook that up to there, like so. We'll move this down. I like to keep everything pretty linear. And we'll hook that up to the color, because it's color. Now, it should be correct. According to all this, all we have to do is open our image, and there we go. A Ganondorf texture right there in Cycles. Now, if this were more high resolution, it would look a lot better. It looks like garbage because it's a super low res image. You can even do cool things like, as I guess in the nodes editor you could do it, but it would be easier to do it over here. Just change your diffuse into say a glossy or a glass, and now it'll take the color information and just put it on there like glass, like on a glass, so you get this. You can see the eyes there and the baldness. Yeah, that's how you do it in Cycles and the Blender Render Engine. Thank you for watching. I am the Gray K, and I am out.